Hello again, everyone. Scoons Comics here with another exciting, also thrilling comic book haul. Yes, howdy do, everybody. I am back. I got a stack of books here. Got some goodies. I'm doing better. Still having back issues, leg issues, hip issues, but I'm getting better. So let's just get some books. All right. So I went to a local comic show for the first time in a long time this last weekend. And boy, I was ready. I was ready to spend some money, find some gems, find some greats. I think I got like 4 books, but that's okay. That's okay, because the very first dealer had Detective Comics 677, DCU logo variant, glorious DCU logo right there. I have this book. It's a condition upgrade for me. So this is the very first dealer I went to. I'll go to shows and I'll find 0 DCU books. Found one of the very first box I was going through. I'm like, all right, here we go. Then they also had Detective Comics 676. DC Universe logo variants. Kelly Jones cover there. Pretty darn cool. So these were like $1 each. And I was like, okay, here we go. Here we go. Went to the next dealer. Had a real hodgepodge of stuff, but he had one short box of dollar comics. The rest were... This is one of these shows where they're just selling anything and everything under the sun. The guy had a bunch of wrestling DVDs, which, hey, good stuff. Pokemon cards. He had one short box of comics. And in that short box of comics for $2 was Action Comics 710 DC Universe logo variant, which I did not have. Haha! So, I was able to add to my collection. That is very exciting. $2. Hooray. Very cool. Very cool. And then I was off and running. I was like, all right, this is going to be my show. This is going to be some great stuff. And then the comic god said, shut it down. He's not finding another thing here. And I really didn't. I found a couple of quarter books for Halloween's coming up, so I found some, not even quarter books, dollar books, just for Halloween to give away to the kids. But that was it. That was it. But still, I came away with 3 DC Universe logo books. I always love to collect these. That was awesome. The real find of the weekend, I went to my local Ollie's. Ollie's Discounts. What's Ollie's full name? Ollie's Discount Bargain Hunting Cheap Crap Store. I'm pretty sure that's the official title. They've had a lot of comic books lately. I've seen people posting at their various Ollie stores, omnibuses and trade paperbacks and collected stuff, and cool. And I've been trying to get out there for a little bit, and I just hadn't made it, and I made it out there this weekend, and they did. They had quite a selection of things, but nothing I really wanted to spend money on except... Look at this beast. I put this on my Instagram for those of you that follow me there. Warlock by Jim Starlin. Look at the size of this compared to like a comic book, right? So boom. This thing is huge. It collects some of the great Jim Starlin Warlock stories, including the debut of the Infinity Gems, the tremendous space story where he's fighting Thanos with the Avengers. Classic stuff. Just wonderful comic book history right here. And it's this large format, hardback. This thing was retailing for $50. I think it came out in 2021. And they got it for $13 at Ollie's. And I'm thrilled to pick this up. This is so cool. Oh, I started reading this a little bit last night, and it's great. So if you have an Ollie's and you're remotely interested in it, just anything comic book, this is just the best. You cannot go wrong with Jim Starlin's Warlock. And for this format, the money, $13, go to your local Ollie, see if they got one for you. So that was really cool. I got a hodgepodge of stuff here to go through, so let's just keep going. Boy, from the highs of the comic book industry of Jim Starlin's Warlock, I give you, from Atlas Comics, 1974, 74, Vicky #1. This is garbage. But I am desperately trying to finish the entire Atlas Comics every comic book they ever published. They're only in business for like 6 months. And I needed all 4 issues of Vicky. Because it's not something I would ever collect, but it's, if I'm going to finish an entire company's output. So I went on eBay and I found a decent price for Vicky number 1 and for Vicky number 3. Are these mint? Goodness gracious, no. Are they fun to read? No. Why do I want these? Because I want to have all the books. If I have the opportunity to have all the books of a company's output, I want it. So now I need issues 2 and 4. I think 4 is the hardest one to find in decent shape for decent money. There's plenty floating around on eBay. I'm sure I'll find one. I was really hoping I could find something at this comic show, and there was just nothing. I picked this up because I love Chuck Dixon's Bane. When Chuck Dixon writes Bane, it's amazing. And this is a book I knew existed, but I just never had picked up in the 90s. I missed it somehow. So this is Batman Bane. Chuck Dixon on writing chores. Here's Rick Burchard. Yeah, Rick Burchard on art. And this is a really cool story. Chuck Dixon does Bane so well. Bane is not just a muscle-bound, crazy character. You always see him with the steroid gimmick where he's got the hoses, steroid, venom, steroid, whatever, pumping into him, so he's just this big muscly freak. He's such an intelligent character. He's such a good villain. He's great. And Chuck Dixon handles him so well. So picked this copy up for a couple of bucks online, and that's really nice. Oh, man. So here's a comic I did not know existed, but when it came on my radar, I knew I had to find one of these suckers. Marvel's Superhero Adventure Island at Universal Studios, their theme park, they put out a comic book to promote the land or to celebrate the debut of the theme park back in 1999. This is exclusive to Universal Studios, not for retail anywhere. And these things are floating around online. You can see them going for, I don't know, people ask $100, $50. I was not willing to pay any of that, but I found a really nice copy for like $7. So check that out, right? That is so cool. Universal Studios Island of Adventure. 3 exclusive stories told in the mighty Marvel manner. I just love these little oddball exclusive books, things that are harder to find. Yeah, it's really nifty. I like that. And I did say nifty. A little slap happy today, guys. Okay, my local half-price books. I think I talked about this last video. They are just putting comic books on the shelves now without bags and boards. They're having trouble getting bags and boards in. So they're just throwing stuff out there to be bought for $2 each, by and large. So this is good and bad. Gets the comics available to me much faster, but it also means they're not being protected in any way, shape, or form. We'll talk about that just here in a second. So I found these for all for $2 each. Weird War Tales 97, second appearance of the Creature Commandos. Really cool book. This book has seen much better days. I'm looking at the back of it now, and that is ugly, very dirty. Doesn't show up quite as much there, but it's a dirty book. But that was really cool for $2. Weird War Tales number 100, Creature Commandos again, Joe Kubert cover. Oh man, look at this on the back. 1981 Donruss cards. I used to be a big baseball card collector in the 90s and 80s. So, that was cool for $2. And they had all these nice Star Wars books. Just no bags and boards, no nothing. Star Wars 22. It's got some good color to them. See that? Got a little nice shine to them. So these look nice. $2 for that. Number 21. So as I was looking at these books, number 13, really nice. I was looking at books next to this stack of Star Wars books, and a kid was going through the books. Special needs gentleman. And he was just having a great time looking at characters that he likes. Great. But I saw him completely rip the cover of a Star Wars number 4. And it was the reprint, but still, I'm just, you know, what are you going to do? I mean, they're comic books. They're meant to be beat up by kids, not protected and put in plastic like we crazy people do. But, you know, oh well. But they had Star Wars #2. I grabbed this sucker. This is one of the reprints, of course. This is a Whitman variant, I do believe. And, yeah, obviously with nothing in the barcode there in the box. So, yeah. So I'm very happy to pick these up for $2 each. I have the whole Star Wars run, but I think some of those might be a little bit nicer copies than the ones I have. So, they also had Fantastic Four 185. This is, gosh, whose first appearance is this? This is Agatha Harkness's kid, whose name escapes me at the moment. But, you know, George Perez on Fantastic Four. That's really cool. Nice appearance by the Impossible Man. Jack Kirby cover here, I do believe. Yes. Fantastic Four 176. Again, just sitting out there, no protection. So I want to grab these up when I can. So I think that means I have to go to half-price books even more often than I do now. They might as well just give me a shift and let me work there, but I don't want to work there. I just want to go through their books like a crazy person. All-Star Squadron 52. I'm slowly but surely always trying to pick up All-Star Squadron. I don't find it that often on the cheap, so that was a nice little surprise. And All-Star Squadron 53. And 51. Cool. Man, I tell you what, they had, this is from a previous trip. I picked up these 3 books, and I did put them in plastic already. So this was World's Finest 142, which is really beat up. First appearance of the composite Superman. Superman-Batman hybrid character. Goofy, but comic book fun. Silver Age. What year did this come out? I got a fuzz on my nose. I apologize. I'm sure that looks great on camera for everyone. But, yeah. World's Finest 142. Silver Age. $2. Just sitting out there, man. And, boy, this is a series I'd love to collect. And when I find them, I like to pick them up. I only have a handful of these. The Atom, issue 33. I love these covers. This is Gil Kane. Love his work. This Atom series is a lot of fun, and I only have a couple of issues. So I couldn't just let that sit there for $2. This has a lot of condition issues, of course. Look by the staple there. But, man alive, $2 for a Silver Age comic. It's like, I have to get it because I'm crazed. Here's one I did not pay $2 for. I gave him $10 for this. First appearance of the Creature Commandos. Weird War Tales, number 93. Creature Commandos showed up. They had their own show, animated show on HBO Max not too long ago. First thing James Gunn really did for this new DC Universe series of movies and shows. I'm sure we'll be seeing these characters again, but there's really cool characters. That's a really fun concept with these monsters fighting, you know, Nazis and bad guys. And for $10, that was the first appearance I really wanted to pick up. And then for $5, I picked this sucker up. Superman the Golden Age. And this is just, I don't know how I missed this book. Apparently there's a Batman one like this too. It's just going through and talking a lot about the Golden Age of Superman and these stories and some really nice pictures. Superman, the Macy's Day Parade. Float back in 1941, 40? Oh, it says at the bottom, 1940. So just, I like coffee table style books. I like cool little info. Here it's showing us like little tin toys that got sold back in the day. Just fun, man. Just fun stuff. It's like $5. Heck yeah. That came home. But now there's a Batman one just like this, and I gotta find that sucker too. And the best thing I've found lately, except for that Jim Starlin book, just for entertainment's sake, comic-wise, I made my way back out. So there's 4 antique malls within 20 minutes of my house, right? And I usually hit them up once a month or so, maybe more, depending on, I used to go on my lunch hour a lot. I've been working from home a lot, so I've not been anywhere close to it, so I couldn't really justify going out there. But I went out there on a day off, and I was going through their stuff, and not finding anything. I find stuff once in a blue moon at these antique malls. But comic collectors, do you have that spidey sense when there's comics around? You just know that they're going to be there. There was a new booth. There's always new booths. The changeover of clientele happens, big turnover. And this booth just had nothing that said comic book at all. No, just little tchotchkes, had some tea kettles, just random weird stuff that you sell at antique malls. And it had a binder. Gosh, do I have it here still? Haha. It had a binder. It had one of these little clear pieces like yay. So that you'd put like a document in or whatever. And it was just a binder with just a bunch of paper goods, brochures, and random pages out of newspapers and ads and catalogs from all over time, and from the 70s and 80s and 60s, just random stuff. But each one was in a little plastic thing. And it was just standing on its end, so you just see the back of it, the spine. And I grabbed it, and I'm glancing at it, and I'm like, there's a comic in here. And I started flipping through this thing. I've done this game before, and I've not found a comic, but I'm thinking there's a comic in here. And sure enough, there was a comic in there. And I said, oh my gosh. X-Men number 11. Look at that. Silver Age, Stan Lee, Jack Kirby. First appearance of the Stranger. Now, it's not mint, but it is darn nice shape for what did I even pay for this? Shoot. It was not bad. It was like $20, I think. But it's complete, and it's Silver Age Marvel, and it's the oldest X-Men comic I have by far. And I was just sitting with nothing. No bag or board, nothing. Just this little plasticky. And I said, oh, you are mine. You are coming home with me. It's fun to hunt for books. It's just fun. Like, I've been doing a lot of eBay stuff lately, just looking because I just haven't been that mobile. And that's fun. That's entertaining. You can find deals there, and you can find some cool stuff. But going out into the world and getting a bargain, getting something, that's a lot of fun. That's really one of my big highlights of the hobby, of just sniffing these books out. That's great. Silver Age Marvel, home with me. Okay, guys, that's what I got this time around. I hope you all are well. Be safe. You know what? I never say this on these videos. If you enjoyed this and you've not subscribed, please do. Maybe it'll spur me on to make more of these videos more frequently. Give a nice like, thumbs up button there. I would appreciate that. Comment. Let me know you're live. And yeah, that's what I got. I'll see you guys soon. Bye-bye.